Hello, Scorpios, fellow Scorpios. I'm sure you clicked on this today because it's something that you needed to hear. I find a lot of people that go searching for answers end up in these type of pages where some of us try to help you and we try to give you a message that's going to help you go in the right direction. Usually, something that will bring you here is unfortunately forms of depression from either a relationship that has gone wrong or a friendship or even work. Usually it's someone that's hurt our hearts, and it's usually somebody that's holding back a lot and avoiding us and didn't give us any answers. And, as good people, we say, why would they do that? Why do these things happen? And we just need to hear from someone the right direction to go in. And a lot of the time, everyone says, oh, the best revenge is to live well. Well, that is the truth. But when you feel like this, that's usually, you're like saying, up yours. I don't want to hear that. Anyways, I just want you to know I've been where you've been, and I'm here just to try and send you in a positive direction. I know how you're feeling. I know how your heart is hurting, and you just want to hear things that will make you feel better about the whole situation. So let's try. The first thing is we're going to find out what brought you here, because we want to know, excuse me, because we want to know what brought you here. Ace of Wands. And just going to keep going. We just want to know, what does Scorpio need to hear today to help them feel a little bit better than they did before they came? Maybe get some answers, real answers. That's what I want. I'm trying not to shuffle too loud. I should be more conscious of that, because when you do that, if someone's wearing earbuds, it gets a little yikes. So I'll try and shuffle quieter. Come on, smarten up, cards. I know you want to come out. One more. Anyways, I cannot believe how just the information about narcissists is in the forefront these days. People that just seem to mow over and take advantage of the people that are still trying to do the right thing and come from the right place. Oh, my hands aren't working. Here we go. Whoopsie. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see what's happening here. This is George. Nope, George was just taking a look. Oh, sorry. Hey, when you sit there and you think, okay, how interesting is this video? Well, there was a monkey, right? You could say that. Okay, let's start with the beginning here. Ace of Wands. I just need to see what you're in for here and what's going on before I can really talk about it with you. So I'm reading at it. I'm reading the information. This just in. Just kidding. I know I'm a weirdo. That's why I'm here, to show you how weird I am. Okay, Ace of Wands. Right. Wow. It just seems like you're doing everything for yourself and you don't have much support in it. Sometimes when you're in a couple situation, and what happens is one of you takes the role of certain things, and then the other one takes the role of other things. And then when you break up, it's like all the things that they did, you're like, oh, how am I going to do that myself? Well, you're perfectly capable, but we all just get used to having that. So you have to take charge now. And if you are not working or you're looking for a job, you need to just send out all resumes, because right now is the time that everything's going to be received from you in any way. Just reach out, especially if you can go and be around friends. Just sitting with friends, even though you feel like hiding in your blanket on your couch and just saying, just one more hour of hiding. Well, you know what? You need to go out. Did you know that they've done studies and people that, like one way to prevent dementia is socialization. So it's not good for your brain or your soul to shut down. You need to at least have one social event per week. And even if it's just meeting a friend for coffee, or I don't know, I think joining a club is cool, but that's up to you, right? This King of this Pentacles, Pentacles. Oh my goodness. And this is like the sober version of me. No wonder why I'm single. Uh, it's hard to be a Scorpio, we're pretty intense. Okay, let's take a look here. My goodness, I don't know what to do with myself. All right. Now, as a fellow Scorpio, I know that a lot of us do this. We will, because we're, amazing, we can do many things. So then what happens is you got your iron in like 80 fires and you're like, oh, I'm doing great. I can do this. I do this. I do this. I do this. Guess what? You don't really hone a skill by doing 8,000 things. So also, one of the things that we have that we don't do a lot of is people. No. Well, I find that, I know I'm kind of goofy. This is really more of a comedic read. No, but what we're very loyal is what I'm saying. But when we do trust someone, we're so sensual and sexual and maybe go a little too far sometimes. But you just need some more self-discipline. So maybe if you have someone who treats you like crap and ghosts you and then questions everything that you say and makes you think, did I do that? Didn't I do that? And you start to question your own self, then that means that you are not thinking with your head, you're thinking with lower. So you need, just for now, if you could just find a way to distract yourself from that part of it and look at it from would that person be my friend? Like if my friend treated me like that, would I be with that person? You got to think about that. And then, so I don't know. I just see, if you have anyone in your life right now that's really negative, and I'm pretty sure you do, because you wouldn't be here on this one. So I think you just need to, look forward and look away from this person, because they're just competing for your energy, and they'll just take it all and then walk off and go, big burp and say, oh, what? I didn't say I was going to give you my energy. I'm selfish. I don't know. Just get all the negativity out. Say next. Any negativity means next. Okay. I know. I'm trying to be clear, but it's hard. When there's so much information to give, it's hard to just stick with one thing. So then I try to look at some of these other cards. And I keep putting my hands in here just so that it's not one of those static ones where nobody's moving, and then you go, oh, was someone just messing with this page? Well, they can't if there's things moving around. That's why I had the monkey. How many people are going to imitate a monkey? And I don't know, who doesn't like monkeys? Jeez. You know? All right. Well, a couple of these are in the reverse. So that just tells me that usually when things are reversed, it means you need to turn it around. Okay. So you need to turn around the fact that you're doing everything and you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off because you're working here, you're doing this, you got your this, that, and then you're taking care of them. And they're doing absolutely nothing to support you. So you just don't have time for someone that's going to drain you, right? Unless you have like a cyst or something. Then you might need someone for that. Okay. So you need to take from the way they've treated you and just treat them exactly the same. Whatever they give you, you should mirror it and give it back to them. That's what you got to do. So if they, if you say something, if they say something that offends you, which they probably will, then what would they do if you said something offended them? Well, it would probably be something really stupid and you probably didn't offend them, but they had to find something offensive so that they could ghost you for 3 days. So that's what you do. You just walk away for a few days. If they don't treat you right, just don't stick around. One sign of trouble, you're out of there. You watch how fast they chase you after you do that. It's hilarious. All right. So solutions become clear when you get away from your day-to-day duties. So you need to go out. You need to shake it up. Go find some friends. I'm sure you got some old friends, and if you don't, make some new ones. Nowadays with social media, you can join groups and not even leave your couch if you want to do that. But I would recommend you join one that has events, so you can go to events and stuff and make new friends. I joined a sport club, and they've just put me on a random team or something, and I made a lot of friends that way. All right. Okay, what do you got to do from this? What's your next step? Oh my goodness, eh? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think about that. Or do you want to know what George thinks? Let's see here. I know I'm kind of goofy, but you know what? I like being goofy and I like being me. And I am a bit goofy. So you can be what you want. I won't judge you. I'll just let you be whatever you want to be, and I'll be what I want to be. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's figure out what you can do next here. Oh. So the more effort you're going to put yourself in the next while, right? You're gonna start brushing your teeth again. Because that's what usually your hygiene kind of starts to slip when you are feeling depressed or low. So let's get back into that shower and clean ourselves up. Even if you're just going to go to the grocery store and come back home, you just need to get out. And you have to stop caring about what anybody thinks of you, honestly. Wow. So slow down too. And don't borrow any money right now. If you have to borrow money, it's bad enough we got all these credit cards and stuff going on. But if you have to borrow money from people, then you just get deeper. So, you know what? Just stay home and make some popcorn and invite one of your buddies over and play cards or something like that. I don't know. Going for a walk is free. And it's really good. It actually scientifically will make you feel better. That's what I did. Walking, especially in nature. Oh, and then there's this shaman showed me once that because all the trees have this beautiful energy, and you can actually go and put your back to a tree, and it will clean your energy, and you'll feel better. I don't know, the trees will help heal you too. It's called a tree healing. Ask a shaman or Google it. Nowadays, you don't even need anybody. You just Google it, do it yourself. Get yourself ordained and go do it. All right. Okay, so here we are again. You got a break and an unnecessary habit too. So for me, it's cake. Like I have to resist to have cake every day. It's hard, but it's my cross to bear. And if some of your friends are driving you crazy, well, it's time to get them out of your life. Like I've had friends that were like emotional vampires too, not just all these narcissists running around. You know, maybe it's all the GMOs. That's got everyone all narcissistic, or it's because as parents, everyone raised their children like they didn't want them to suffer like they did. So then everyone's spoiled. So there's a whole bunch of those out there, I guess. I don't know. They didn't suffer enough, but that's okay. That's their problem. You can walk away from it. They're actually sick in the head. So they'll be like that their whole lives, but you will evolve and find your way, and you'll look back on it and go, oh, that made me stronger. Cool. Now I know what not to do. And I've I've had trauma or hard things in my life, and I came out of it in a different way. And I wouldn't have taken that path if that thing hadn't happened. Like I lost somebody in my life, like it was a car accident, but I sat there after and I imagined people going to my funeral, and I thought, okay, who'd be there and what kind of person would they say I was? And then I realized it was like, wait a minute, I don't. So I sat down and wrote on a piece of paper all the times I remembered being really happy and smiling. And then I wrote down beside it what I was doing. And then I just put those things back in my life. So it was music and sports, those two things that I had lost from my life. All right. Sorry, I went off again. Anyways, I was talking about being true to yourself. And it's okay to have friends that have big flaws. You just don't give them your address. You can go drop in on them, but just those are people you can take in small amounts if you want to help them, but don't let them take advantage of you. And that's the same thing in a relationship. We think, oh, we need to sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. You know what? If someone cares about you, you don't have to beg or ask for much. If you tell someone what you like and they don't do it, then I don't know. I think that's you do nice things for people you care about. And if it's something that you don't want to do, you tell them, I'm not a fan of that. But you don't ghost you for 10 days because, oh my goodness, you offended my little ego. Help me. Right? Anyways, I just think that we need to stick together and help each other all the time against evil. I've made so many new friends lately, and I just open up to them and I just tell them, I say, I just want us to all be here for each other now. That's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing here right now. I got so much out of other people when I was having a low time that I want to pay it forward. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is what you're going to do about this. You're not going to fret anymore. You're not alone. There's a zillion people in the world. Not all of them are bad. A lot of them are like you. Okay. Well, let's see what we have here. Well, it's time to set aside work for a while and go have some fun. Hey, didn't we just say that? That's not funny. Playfulness, laughter will lift your energy. See, that's why I'm so goofy. I just try to keep my vibration high by, you know, like I'm not the village idiot or anything. I do, have a job. I pay my bills. All right. So yeah, you just need to take breaks, balance. At my job, I actually went in the calendar, and sometimes when you're single, you just work, 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 and you don't take time off. I actually went in the book off book, and I picked just 4 random days here and 4 random days there. And I just giving myself these breaks, and I can either just stay home and do nothing, or I'll go and find a friend and I'll go do something. But you need balance. I don't want you to take those 4 days and hide under the blankets. I want you to do something. Play. That's what that says, not nap. But you can have naps if you so desire. But what do you desire? Well, I guess you got to figure that out. For me, that was like the hardest part, was trying to figure out what the hell I wanted. I don't know. I don't know where my life is going. That's why I'm here. Well, like I said, take a piece of paper and just write down what you were doing when you remember smiling and laughing really hard. Who were you with? What was happening? And don't count those narcissists that love bombed you for the first 30 days or whatever, because that doesn't count. That was acting. So, okay, here we go. Let's see. Marriage. Ooh, that could be just something that you were really hoping for, or maybe it's something you really want. And, if you really look at it and you say, okay, this person, oh, it was so great for the beginning. Let's take that and cut that little piece out, like you're editing, put it aside, and then just look at all the rest. Do you want that for the rest of your life? That's what you'll get. And to heal your financial situation, you could just give your worries to the angels. They said that they'll take care of it. Aw, thank you. They'll show you how to create and accept abundance. I've been doing a lot of chakra work before I go to bed, and then I go to bed all relaxed, and then I'm open to healing and messages and ideas. Maybe that's what you need to do, right? One way let's try and figure out maybe what you want, ways that you can figure out, what you desire. Like, if you want to look for external signs, you could pick something and say, angels, yeah, could you, and then just pick something that will show up a lot and give you little clues as to whether or not you're on the right track. But your answers are inside you. And I really think you need to tap into parts of your life where you felt the happiest and the most proud of yourself. And I think you need to do those things. Affirmations and positive visualizations are good. So if you, daydreaming is fantastic, right? And then if you were to like close your eyes and imagine the happiest version of yourself, what are you doing? What are you wearing? How is your energy? You gotta think of all those things, right? And who knows, maybe a wedding will come up for you. You'll be like, whoo, oh, that weird Scorpio chick, she was right. Actually, I know nothing. I just am sharing with you because I just know how it feels to be in your place, and how nice it was to have someone to talk to you about everything, and that you weren't imagining things and they really were messing with you. Well, it's true. So there's just there's a wedding in your near future. I'm just not sure if it's like for someone else or for you, or I think it's someone else's wedding. But just, I want you to imagine yours and daydream about it. Maybe soon you're going to be getting a romantic proposal, but you have to have that energy of feeling good inside. And the only way to get through it is you actually got to go through the process of heartache or whatever. But don't waste many months thinking they might come back, because you should just accept that they're not coming back. And then if they do, bonus. But by the time they do, you're going to be in such a good place. You're going to go up yours, buddy. Yes. You just need to picture everything that you want. Okay. I think that's it. Me and little George here, we wish you well. And I really hope that something I said here just resonated with you, and you know that you are not alone. You're not alone. There's thousands of us that are all wanting someone to talk to, or someone to tell us that we're a good person, and that just sometimes there's bad people out there. You just got to move on and keep looking until you find your own kind. And that's it for now. We'll see you later.